matey. Gentleman Jim the Tailor here, also known as
Are you Pirate
Captain
Jim?
Smooth. Captain
okay.
Smooth. That's where I am, because this is the holiday time of the ghosts and the goblins.
Well, we're in costume. It's that time of year again. We are the friendliest pirates you'll ever meet. We have, what is it, Captain Smooth?
Captain Smooth.
Okay, Captain Smooth.
You know, there was a Captain Hook. I'm Captain Smooth.
Captain Smooth there, and I'm just...
You're my matey here. That's
right.
That's
me. That's me. So welcome to another show, Tailor and Dressmaker. You have made it to our costume edition. We do this every year.
Every year.
And we dress up. And we're partially dressed up today.
Partially.
So maybe from the neck up, we are pirates.
Uh-huh.
Just want to enjoy the festivities of the season. And it's hard to believe that October's come and gone, essentially.
That's it.
And that I know for some people that do celebrate Halloween, which is on Monday, you're probably, if you don't have your costumes together, you're probably scampering to get them together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't technically celebrate Halloween, even though I do so for other people, and sometimes our church does stuff. So on tomorrow, a local church is actually doing something where you get to dress up and get candy. And my daughter and I are going as 50s girls. We'll have poodle skirts. We've got maintenance skirts.
No.
So I'll post pictures on my blog, 10,000 Hours of Sewing, after we're done. But anyway, for those of you, again, who are trying to get costumes together last minute, we have some information for you. Right, Mr. Jim?
That's it. That's it.
That's right.
How to construct you a costume with the least amount of effort, but good effort into it.
Exactly. I just so happen to have a client. Oh, it's so fun. He's actually a good friend. He loves this time of year. He and his family actually go all out
They
for
sure
costumes.
do. I've seen it through the years.
Oh
what
my
you
Lord.
put together for them.
All out. So every year it's kind of fun when he approaches me and he wants something done. This year he wants to be, his wife is, oh my gosh, what is her name? Oh, anyway, if you saw Suicide Squad, the wife is going to be the chick with the ponytails and the white face, and she was in Suicide Squad. I can't remember her name. She wears really short shorts. Anyway, the wife is going to be that, and my client is going to be Joker, the new version of the Joker. So I needed to make him a smoking jacket, silver with black lapel, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Very thin one. And we're going to talk about just the details of how to quickly put that together, because I have to have it ready by Monday, and I have a very limited time. And I'm going to use my resource here, Mr. Jim, to just kind of tell us what things are important to do and what stuff we can skip in this whole process.
Mm-hmm.
And just as a background, I have not seen my friend. He gave me a suit, one of his, I guess, suits that he wears. I don't know even how it fits him, but this is just kind of help me get measurements off of.
Right.
It's just a starting point. So,
Well, from that point there, what she's going to use is, this is a shawl collar jacket. And if you guys that are familiar with a smoking jacket, a lot of times they come in what we call a chalet print. They print it up like this, and it has a black collar on it there. And usually it has the black cuff on the sleeve. So you start with your pattern.
which number is that, Mr. Jim? Just in case
This
anybody wants to know. I
is
just
a
picked that up.
bow pattern. Let's see what the number is. This is pattern 2383. And I've used this pattern myself on occasion because it has a nice shawl collar and look. The fit part, that's what you really have to work on. But if you have something to go by,
Like this jacket
then
here.
you kind of take some measurements off of that. Now, any costume you do, whether it's a jacket, a dress, or whatnot, you minimize the amount of work you put in because it's just a costume.
Exactly.
So it's an outer appearance is what you're looking for. So in this coat here, rather than the suit coat, you put what we call imitation looks. That means if you make a pocket, you just make the outer part of it. You don't have to bag it.
It's non-functional.
You don't have to put the facing in it. You just want the look of the pocket. You don't need to put, if it's a flap, you don't need to once again make the pocket. You make the flap and then you attach it on. You don't have to put all the inner parts in the jacket. You don't have to line it. You just need the shell, which is what you're physically going to see, and you need the facing. Now this is for a jacket. Let's say it was a dress or something else, a costume dress or whatnot. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
You don't have to put all the inner parts in it. You just want to put the surface
It's almost like doing a muslin. When
That-
I do
yeah.
fittings for my
Technically
clients, I always
speaking,
make like a muslin.
that's
You don't
what
have to
it
worry
is.
about the frou-frou, except this is just neater and more finished.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
absolutely right. So what's the minimum, okay, before I jump the
ahead.
game, well, I guess just as an overall, minimum amount of tailoring you think for like overall? So no jacket, no pockets, nothing functional. What about the shoulder area? Is that what we're really going to concentrate on to build the structure? Or even in that case, is there some flexibility?
It's the same thing.
Okay.
What you're going to do is, if you want to build it up and square it all, you put the pad in. You just tack the pad in. You don't put it in like we do when you put all. Just tack the pad so it sits on his shoulder.
Sweet. Okay. I'll have to sew that in the seam.
See, these patterns will call for like a mitered sleeve.
Oh, that wasn't going to happen.
You don't put any of this in there. None of this do. You just make a sleeve, the shoot of the sleeve, turn it back. Turn it back.
That's right.
You don't need to put any lining in it or anything, because what you're looking at is the outer look.
That's right.
And that's just what we call a shell or a muslin, just like a Muslim try-on there. So, what are you going to use?
Well, what I'm going to use is, I had the Dickens trying to find the right fabric. It had to be right color. I'll post a picture, or you'll see a picture. Look, I'll post a picture now of what it looks like. So I have this silvery gray kind of, I think it's a crepe back satin.
Crepe back satin.
It sure is. Kind of has a nice little weight to it.
It does.
And then I grabbed some black. I wasn't sure if I got enough. I think about half a yard.
Well,
and I think that's in the same.
You really only covering this part.
Just that part, yeah. So I grabbed that from like Hobby Lobby. It was $8.99 a yard. I had 40% off coupon. I got away with a steal. I think 3 yards, and one of the yards for a tie. If I have time, I'll make a matching tie. So creating structure out of something so flowy, just interfacing, right? Just the usual typical deal.
That's all you need to do. You don't have to be neat either. You want to give it a body structure, because this is so flowy and it's lightweight. It's not going to be built up, because if this would have been a jacket and you build it up and then you put a lining in it and all the other good stuff, then it becomes a more structured
It has
front.
that way. And see, that's where I was like, I need to ask my resident favorite tailor, because I don't want it to look too loose.
No,
I want it to have some structure. So do you think just a thing of interfacing should do? And then the type of interfacing is important too, right?
Right.
So it's a stiffer kind of variety that it makes
Well,
it
you
look
could,
more
yeah,
rigid?
you could. This would be, because it's a costume, this would be a case where I wouldn't use what I regularly use.
That good woven stuff?
The good woven one.
Gotcha.
I'd get the bonded one.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on getting
Get the
from like
bonded one,
Joann's.
Joann, or one of those fabric places.
And it makes it, it's funny you said that, because for the bridal outfit I just did for a client, I did a sample test using the bonded one. It made the outfit way too stiff.
Too stiff.
So
yeah.
I went back to the woven. I had just enough, and it made it flowy, and it gave it just. So it's funny. I was like, use the cheaper stuff for the costumes. It'll kind of work better, and it'll give a little bit more structure.
Yeah, because what that will do is it'll give it if this is going to look like a tailored jacket, then you want it to look like that. You don't want it ruffling on you, folding back and whatnot. So you use that. Once again, you put that on the edge of or the front panel of the coat. I always put it on the whole front panel of the coat.
Now, what about a double layer? If you really want to kind of as an insurance
Well,
policy, is that going too far?
Well, no, that's going too far.
Okay.
I tend to go too far. Put it, and then put it also on the facing panel.
Oh, that's right, because the facing
then
actually
becomes
doubles.
a double layer.
There you go. Okay, so so the problem I have is, I was joking with Mr. Jim, is because I do it so professionally. I have a tendency, I still want this to look as real as possible without putting too much into it. So it's kind of nice to know where I can kind of get away with what and then scale back. Because I don't have a lot of time.
When you buy costumes,
It's just costume.
They don't even do any of that. They just put the front, the back, and they through with it.
And they're poorly sewn. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, they're like horrible. Yes.
So you want it to look like it is the real thing.
That's right.
But because it's a costume, now he's going to wear this year. Chances are slim and none he's going to wear that again, because I happen to know the clients that she's talking about, and every year they give a different look.
Yeah.
So they don't go back and repeat it, but every year they want to be different.
Yeah.
So the chances of him ever wearing this again is probably about slim and none.
I think so. And then you have to think about the totality of the look. This is just one feature to the look.
Right.
He's going to have a shirt underneath, a tie on. He's going to have the Joker green hair.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get so crazy with it. So that's actually really,
Yeah,
really good
yeah,
advice.
yeah.
So fabric selected. I have that. I have the pattern. I have already cut out all the pieces. I've nixed the ones that aren't important. I didn't even touch any linings. All that
Yeah,
good
you
stuff.
don't need any of that. You don't need any of the what they call, they have a little area they put, but they usually put that on the inside of a coat to build it up. You don't need any. You use that heavier weight interface in that Tailor type of diffusible one there. It's going to be stiff enough, because understand, he might only be in it a couple of 3 hours at the most.
That's very true. And you don't want to put all that effort into something that's just for a costume. Absolutely right. And then I think there was something else. What was it? Oh, I didn't get to measure them in person. So what I kind of did, I just made an assumption based on the measurement of the coat. I took out about 3 inches of length. Now, if it turns out it is a little bit too long, I can always take out more at the bottom, right? Because it doesn't have any pockets. It doesn't have anything that's going to conflict with it. So that's kind of the nice thing of doing it, kind of, you know, the easy costuming ways makes for easier adjustments. Okay. Well, that concludes today's show. Hopefully we'll be able to show you a picture of what I
I'm
create.
waiting to see.
It'll be kind of fun. So thanks for joining us. Just, you know, want you to kind of use your imagination. Don't stress too hard. It is just costume season. Have fun. Even if you can't sew, there's like the stitch witchery, stuff like that. Just hurry and put something together. Bond it.
Together.
We know you know how to sew. You don't have to prove nothing for your parties. Just make it
because,
happen.
Like you said, this is going to be a quick in and out thing.
That's right.
If you were making a garment, they might be in it all day.
Yeah.
Then they might wear, once again, ladies, Captain Smooth here, a.k.a. Gentleman Jim.
And Victoria Baylor, professional dressmaker here in the show, I guess friendly pirate. Thanks. That concludes our show today. Again, go out, have some fun, make your costumes. Don't stress about it. Do it the quickest way possible. Eliminate pieces, all that stuff. We're giving you our permission, right, Mr. Jim?
That's correct.
That's right, because you're going to look phenomenal anyway, and I'm sure whatever you're going to make is going to look better than what you buy in the store.
It really will. And that's kind of the key to
That's
it.
pretty much it. So have fun. We will see you guys next week. We're going to start kind of a fitting series for the month of November.
We
so
sure
we're
are.
excited to bring that to you. Talk to you later.
All right.
God bless. Bye.